Hello, welcome to our second video of our winter solstice program. Now, the first video, we were setting intentions. This day, specifically first quarter, and energy usually lasts the day before and the day after. So the first quarter, I'm just diving right into the lunar phases because this one, first quarter, brings you challenges. Whenever you have a conversation with the universe and ask to have intentions and be blessed with something new, you have to understand that what you're asking for has a negative charge. It doesn't mean it's negative, but for it to balance out in our life, there's always a polarity. There's always a positive and a negative. They are attract so it can mesh nicely in our energetic field. What does that mean? First quarter is showing you those negative charges, or what we may see as challenges and obstacles. If you've worked with me before, challenges, obstacles, these are all things that we love to work with because that is getting you out of your comfort zone. And once you're out of your comfort zone, you can actually build up and continue building and get somewhere that's out of your comfort zone, usually closer to your goals. This is really the universe saying, hey, if you had the goals, the intentions, the blessings that you're asking for, are you willing to take what comes with it, even if it might be a negative charge? Are you up for the challenge, and can you see it still as a blessing? Or do you need to revise your goals and intentions? So, if you don't have Pisces in your chart, this will be a breeze. If you do have Pisces in your chart, those specific sections are going to be really pulling at you. So if you have a chakra clearing with me, we're going to connect with certain star systems that are assisting those chakras that are being affected. Now, that's not the only cool thing that's happening for the lunar phases. I wonder if I can back this up a little bit, maybe. Trying to get my whole head in here. Okay. Now, the 18th, we continued the waxing crescent, but it switched to Pisces. Then today, or the 19th, Tuesday, first quarter in Pisces, that's that challenge, if it's in your chart. Then we switch over to a waxing gibbous. This is saying, oh, you understood the challenge. You either took it on and you're marching up those steps you just made, or you're rebuilding your intentions and you're reorganizing because that was not what you intended to manifest or place energy towards. So we have that for the rest of the week, but it is in different zodiac or constellations. The 20th and 21st, it's in Aries, so incredibly fire, passionate, which is great because our intentions are about passionate time. I hope you could really receive the energy of your intentions being passionate and how to be passionate with time, to use time as a resource. Your meditation this week, honestly, I'm doing this right along with you, but your intention should connect with how dedicated you are. Let's see here. So your destiny, I'm just going to turn this down. Your destiny relates to your Vesta placement. If you don't know your Vesta placement, that is A-okay. If you do, write it down on the next page of the transits. But it explains what it does for you. It is your spiritual flame. So what is more passionate than a spiritual flame? I'm not sure. That's why we're working with it. Now, how do you dedicate yourself to your intentions? Vesta is all about dedication. I want you to figure out your Vesta placement or say, hey, Everin, do you know my Vesta placement? It just takes me a few minutes to look it up because it's a specific asteroid that I have to double click in your chart to find. But it's not too hard. The reason I want to find it or have you find it is to see what element helps you dedicate energy towards your goal. This can be helpful when we're facing those challenges on top of this last part of a cycle while we're going. So, since we're rolling on through the transits, your Vesta placement, we just want to know the element. So we'll check out what the element is to assist you to continue being dedicated towards specific goals. Your sun placement. This is important. This is very important. So along with the lunar phase being in waxing gibbous energy, it's in Aries for the 20th and 21st. Aries is observing the passion. Aries is the first fire sign of the zodiac wheel, and it's observing how fire is ignited, how it plays, how it interacts. It's watching what's going on. How can you be observant of how the challenge assisted you and how it ignites your spiritual flame to be that much more dedicated? And on top of having the Aries lunar phase, we get into the winter solstice. So that's why it's important to figure out what your sun sign is, because the winter solstice has everything to do with the sun. Ironically, it's actually the day with the fewest amount of sunlight, and it's the longest night. Strange enough, when we think of winter, we don't exactly think of the brightest days ahead. But after the winter solstice on December 21st, we're getting closer to the sun. We're calling the sun back. That's why for you to know your sun sign, for you to know your personality traits, it's important to see, what are you calling back? What confidence, what energy are you calling forth? We will have a special journey for the winter solstice, and we'll be meeting your Yuletide spirit guide to assist you on how you can call back your personality and energy without using energy of everyone else. I'll get more into that on the actual day. If you have a Capricorn sun or other Capricorn placements, these will be ignited that much more and energized, because not only is it the winter solstice, the sun enters Capricorn. So we will no longer be in Sagittarius energy. That fire sign will be in an earthy, grounded sign. Capricorn is the last of the earth signs, so it's the most evolved earthy sign that has emotional awareness. Usually earth energy isn't emotionally aware of how grounded and practical they're being. Capricorn energy, hence the symbol of a Capricorn is a sea goat, a goat with a fishtail, because they have harnessed being stable on land and being emotional and fit for the water. So check out those placements. So we went over that. Now I'm going to double click on the challenge and the first quarter. And even if you don't have a challenge, it's time to work with your winter jar. So we've been working with our jars. We had our jar to set intention and see a vision. It assisted us with making a vision and accepting a vision and writing it down to the second dimension. And now we're actually having either challenges or blessings, and we're starting to take action towards that vision. Then we cleared the energy by opening it. So you got to have a sneak peek of what's in there. You might not know what it is, but it's in there. It smells quite nice. Now it's time to allow it to help you overcome an obstacle, anything that may or may not be in the way of fully achieving your goal. Now, this is just to symbolize its energy and how it can assist you throughout the cycle and throughout winter. So we will be repeating this practice time and time again. It'll just look a little bit different each time. So the new moons will be closing our jar, setting intentions. Then right after, we'll be opening the jar, clearing the energy. First quarter, we will be taking out something to assist us. Now, I will start picking out one by one and describing them, but for you, I want you to hover over with your right hand. Hover over, close your eyes, and grab one item out of here. One item to assist you. And you're welcome to put that item back, but it's really the message that that item carries to help you overcome your challenges or accept your intentions as they are. So I'll first start with this little piece. This is to symbolize a glacier. I'm so excited to have this tiny piece of something that symbolizes something as huge as God's power. I know that's a huge association. Let me explain. Glaciers are the most powerful natural force of eroding the planet that we're on. Think about that. Glaciers are not just one, but the most powerful at eroding our planet, cutting through rocks, cutting through billion-year-old fossils and land and structures. Glaciers. And they're found all over the world except Australia. If that is not something that is associated with God's power and what God, the universe, can do, it can erode and take out anything that is in its path that does not belong, to restructure it. So if you happen to feel the energy of your glacier to assist you and to really show you, hey, whatever's happening that feels like an erosion, it's God's power and it's meant to happen and it's for you. Have this around. Keep it in your pocket. Have it on your desk, wherever you deem it may be best to utilize your little winter glacier. The next, I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys know this, but my favorite animal on the planet, and I love animals, is the polar bear. My higher self, Chaos the dragon, actually came to me as a polar bear when I was younger. He didn't come to me as a dragon. I wasn't into dragons. And this is where I found out God, the universe, your higher self meets you where you are at. So be kind and gentle and do not judge others when they are seeing God where they are at, because God meets you there. The universe meets you there. My dragon met me as a polar bear because he knew that was enticing, that was grabbing my attention so I could actually listen. And Chaos, my dragon, would have probably scared me as a young child. But you'll notice your polar bear, they're all different. And they're different for a very specific reason. So polar bears are all about peace, but not in a peaceful manner. Polar bears are about withholding and upkeeping the peace with raw strength. They take all their energy and push it towards peace. It might not seem peaceful, but the end result is for peace. I want this polar bear to assist you for when you feel like your emotions are everything but peaceful. Know that that is you, your higher self, your spirit, trying its hardest to get to a peaceful state of mind. There is a process. So you having this issue or problem or whatever it may be, know that it's trying with raw energy and strength, and it is determined to get to that peaceful energy. They're physically known to thrive in harsh environments, and they're amazing communicators. Bears in general are really good at communicating. Polar bears communicate in, I believe, over 30 or 40 different ways. Don't quote me on the number, but I know they have a ridiculously high amount of facial expressions, sounds. They're not very good at seeing. So sometimes you'll see a polar bear standing up. They're actually trying to smell. But the significance of your polar bear and the size, this would be about a medium-sized bear. So working with the specific part of yourself that's associated with your bear, it's showing that there's a raw energy there that can help you calm and come to a peaceful state of mind. If you got a rather large bear, that means in the present moment, your adult self is what is going to help you with your raw energy and harness that peaceful mode. If you have a medium-sized bear, this bear is going to assist you in tapping into that almost teenage, adolescent energy. And if you have one that's smaller than this, that one furthermore is going to help you with your inner child work. So take notes on the raw energy and where it's coming from and how your polar bear spirit can assist you. Now, next, if you picked up a wood bead, this is sandalwood. I know most of you have had a cosmic care session with me. A lot of times my incense is sandalwood. Something I actually just recently found out is sandalwood takes almost 50 years to grow as the tree until they actually cut it down and make everything out of it. Incense, bowls, spoons, beads. So this was a at least 50-year-old spirit that you're holding right now, if that is what you got. And it is to calm the mind. So we have our polar bear spirit that wants this peaceful energy. This one actually calms your mind. So if your mind has been a bit distraught, your sandalwood friend that has seen decades of emotional raw energy and helps others calm down through its vibration. They're also to help reduce anxiety and stress. They're very much allocated to your third eye chakra and your crown chakra. And they're to help you experience support for your mind, body, and spirit. If you have taken out a sandalwood bead, close your eyes and say your intentions. Even dedicate a prayer to your sandalwood bead. They have been known to be on malas and other jewelry for spiritual and religious purposes to help you connect to a higher consciousness. Hence, they're connected with that third eye and crown chakra. The other bead, you'll notice it's a bit smaller. That is Botswana agate. Botswana is out of Africa, which Africa has glaciers. I thought that was amazing. I'm so in awe about how powerful Mother Earth is. Now, Botswana agate, you need some comfort. You're supposed to be comfortable. Your challenge is you're not allowing yourself to be comfortable in this new space. And while you're getting comfy, it protects you. It protects you because during winter, people tend to feel lonely and isolated, even if friends are around, even if family's around, even if they go to every single Christmas party, pick up the phone call and have every single bake off and whatnot, they feel lonely. The reason of this loneliness, where do you think you get all of your energy from sufficiently? Not like a toxic, energetic vampire. From Mother Earth, from the plants, from the trees, from the animals, from the birds, from the flowers, from the grass, from the sun. All of those things have been either too far away, hence the winter solstice, dormant, hibernating, migrated. Our energy knows that they're doing their own thing. They're off right now. That's quite isolating. Our mineral friends are here. Our Botswana agate is here to tell us, hey, you're not alone. You're not isolated. Let's get comfortable in this new season, new energy, new vibration, and have fun with our own energy. Have fun and energize our own auric body. That is Botswana agate. And the last is a wolf charm. I love this symbol because we're technically still in autumn until we hit that winter solstice, the shortest day and longest night. The wolf spirit, we worked in autumn as our last spirit, and it's our first spirit guide, spirit animal that cleansed you for your winter cleanse, the wolf skull. And it's showing us how to have this power, but also be loyal to ourselves, be dedicated to ourselves, and work as a team with higher vibrating energy. Now, it is silver because we need help receiving this energy. So the wolf is going to help receive this energy with us. That is it. Wolf elixir was put in here. So if you're smelling that, between that and the sandalwood, So have whatever piece around you. We will be working more with these items later, but just see if there's a significance of what you're going through versus what energy you felt and what energy chose to work with you. That is our lovely winter journey jar. I'm actually going to leave mine open. And you can leave it open. Anytime you leave it open, it's programmed to clear and cleanse and shape this timeline that you're sitting in to the timeline that your goals are, to the passionate timeline. I believe that's all of my notey notes. We spoke about Vesta, dedication, our sun placement. Now we're working again this week with our Centaur spirit. It's connected and rather close. The constellation Centaurus is pretty close to the North Star, Polaris, the trio of Polaris A, Polaris B, and Polaris AB. Now, working tomorrow with Centaur Spirit, what significant changes do you need to make with your communication? We're changing this energy because, one, we're in Mercury retrograde. Everyone is having a huge energetic dimensional throat chakra shift. We're all getting better with communication because realistically, if everyone was still in 3D, we wouldn't even be able to communicate properly. And it seems like if you're having issues with communication, we are in a retrograde. It is fine-tuning and pointing out. The universe is saying, hey, communication is low here and here and here. How can we make it better? And once we get out of the retrograde, it's like a slingshot to that better timeline with better, higher frequent communications. So see what change you need to make with Centaur Spirit, the same one that you met. That's your Polarian guide. And that is a meditation. So envision where you went first when you first met your Centaur Spirit. And I will do a clip of the Polaris Winter Star journey with Centaur Spirit at the end of the video because I will be getting into the Polaris Winter Star spread. So in my binder, I have my major arcana. So you have your majors. And I did ask you to separate all of the minor arcanas. And these are all related to elements. So we have the swords, or air element, depending on your deck and how it establishes the minor arcana, pentacles, wands, and cups. Really, we just want to work with the swords or air element. Pardon me. So I'm going to actually organize mine. They're not organized. And I hope this gives you time to organize yours or just hang out, get a drink. So the first beginning of each minor arcana suit is the ace. And then it ends with a king. Notice your guidebook if your minor arcanas do not have the same verbiage. So it should be queen, king. Those are the endings. Knight, page. The last one should be king, queen, knight, page. And then it goes 10 to 2. So 10 9. I am missing a card. One moment. I believe it's in my Hobonichi. I believe. Let's see. I feel like it is. And see, I love having my cards around to carry energy as reminders. It is not in there. Strange. Well, we shall carry on. I'm just missing a card. Somewhere around here. Watch, that's my card that I need to work with. So the last one that you wind up with, or the first card, is Ace. So it's Ace 2 through 10, and Page, Knight, Queen, King. Here. Now let's go at it. First, I'm going to describe them. This is the air element, so it's your thoughts, your mind, and communication, which I believe working with this during a Mercury retrograde is incredibly beneficial. So I'm going to go over the cards, look at your cards, see how they make you feel, and correlate them to some keywords that I'll say. So Ace of Swords, they usually have one sword. And a lot of times they like having crows or birds, some sort of animal or suggestion, feathers to the air element. And this is new ideas and clarity. Your thoughts are clear, so you can receive new energy, new communication. So very clear thought. Two of Swords usually has that crescent phase, avoidance and solitude. So what are you avoiding in your mind, in your thoughts? How do you feel alone? Which that correlates nicely with the transitions that are happening. Three of Swords, sorrow and grief. It's usually a very rainy card. You're grieving. This is a thought. This is a mindset. It's not necessarily even sadness. Four of Swords, sanctuary and healing. Healing is really a mindset. Your sanctuary invades your thoughts and your mind. Five of Swords, defeat and disagreement. This is that card where it really shows your thoughts and your mind persuade your perspective. A disagreement, well, both sides can disagree. One side can agree to disagree. Defeat, there's one person that gets first place and isn't grateful for it. There's another person that gets second place. They feel defeated. There's another person that gets third place and they feel like a winner. So your thoughts, your mind. Six of Wands, transition, uncertainty. This one makes me a little emotional just because you see this little baby crow, and then you see this one, and it's almost like this is the past, or this is the future, this is the old elder. So different versions of what transitioning your thoughts and your mindset and your communication. 7, dishonesty and greed. The crow is being greedy and hiding all the swords. 8, wherever my 8 is, that is so ridiculous, but it's self-limitations. Usually it shows someone with a blindfold, but they can take the blindfold off. Like, you put the blindfold on to be scared. There's a lot of memes out there that are like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, or like there's a boot coming down or something, and then they realize you're the one wearing the boot squishing yourself, or you're the one holding on to whatever you're being fearful of. Now, 9 of swords is having anxiety. This is that thoughts, anxieties in your mind, because it hasn't physically happened. Anxiety is nothing that physically happened. Anxiety is having a fear of what's to come, which that is up to your thoughts and your mind. 10 of swords, this one is usually a disturbing card. Sometimes decks will have 2 sets of cards, one disturbing, one not so disturbing, because it means suffering. What I've realized, and honestly my main focus to being hired as your shamanic life coach, is for you to not experience this card, for you to recognize pain, but don't put yourself through mindful, thoughtful suffering. You do not need to suffer through this journey. And you can see the butterflies, the mariposas, that are trying to show, hey, physically we're well, we're transitioning, it's okay, we cocooned and we're something new, but the mind is so fearful of that newness, it suffers. It goes back. Then we get into the Page of Swords. This is examination, vigilance. They're learning. This is, oh my goodness, I just realized. They're observing, like that lunar phase. I just realized I think that way. My mind went right to that. Let me nip that in the bud. This is that phase. Being aware of your mindset, being vigilant, examining your thoughts. Go over your thoughts. Now we have the Knight of Swords. And this is focus and being assertive. Now that you know you're that page, you know what's going on, how can I focus on the mindset I want? How can I be assertive and take action towards the mindset, the thoughts, the communication that is going to raise me to the next level? Then we have the Regal Queen of Swords. And she is honest. Communication, thoughts are nothing without honesty. And she has logic to back it up. Now, the King of Swords has everything we spoke about. He also carries morals and integrity. He has the ability to share these morals because both of these are wonderful. She receives the energy. She liberates her mind by being honest and focusing on the logical sense of communication. He releases the energy of his thoughts through the morals he practices. Well, that is the totality for the swords or air elements. What I would like you to do is draw a card for this week and go over. You can draw one once a day if you'd like, but really start examining and getting to know your air element, your mind, the mindful, thoughtful, communicative air element sword energy of your deck. So I want you to just mix them on up. I've opened circle. You're welcome to open circle for yourself as long as you're in a safe space. We're going to do a 1-card draw. Clearing the deck with your breath, one of your favorite stones. Shuffling, what is the essence of my inner shadow self? If you're like, hey, Everin, we did that question last week. Yes, we did that question with your major arcana, with your life event. Now, what does it look like for the air element? What does it look like for your thoughts, for your mind? I'm going to pick mine out and share it with you. 4 of Swords. Quite fitting. The essence of my inner shadow self is sanctuary and healing. So what does your card speak to you and say to you for your mind? And I'll write that down. I'll give you a moment. And quite honestly, I like taking all of my cards that we do and putting them in here just as a little reminder. Hence, the last time I used this deck, I received the 8 of Swords. Now I'm at the 4. Quite intriguing. So that is it for this section. I'm going to take a miniature break and I'll get into the journey for the 20th. And we're double journeying it. We will have a journey the 20th and the 21st. The solstice journey, that's a big deal, guys. So I would say, okay, you can opt out of the 20th, but the 21st, this is when we actually hit winter. Whew. That is kombucha. So good. Guava goddess. Amazing. But that was way cold compared to my tea. Now I'm going to put my items away. And to prepare for not this week, but next week, if you have in your collection, or if you can find, or if you need me to help you find a Lemurian quartz or Lemurian starseed crystal. They have ridges and lines. I don't know if you can see that. Because once we actually get into winter season, we're going to start going deeper into your Earth Star chakra and working with Lemuria. So finding a Lemurian quartz crystal for you to work with, as well as having the Lemurian quartz amplifier energy for that wonderful Christmas full moon we are about to receive. Now pause the video if you want to come back for this journey for December 20th. The one moment. Grab your items. Be nice, comfy, and cozy. Have your journey jar around you. Open it. Have whatever crystal that helped you through a challenge or assisted your throat chakra for communicating to the best of your ability. Have anything you have been working with and on around you. You're welcome to jump with me or just lay down, sink into your skin, and relax. So I'm going to have you get into your jungle. Once you get into your jungle, start pushing your feet really hard onto the earth. Notice as you push your feet hard onto the earth, your auric field vibrates. It's vibrating a color that ignites all around your feet, your calves, your hips, swirls around your torso, hugs your shoulders, goes up and around your neck and over your head. Feel your spiritual flame notice the color. Notice, does your skin feel hot? Does it feel warm? Does it feel cool? Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, watch your flame illuminate the deep, dense forest. As it illuminates, you're going to meet your centaur guide. Notice they're holding a leaf satchel right for you. And they open the satchel in front of you and it holds your flame. Now ask them, what do they observe within your flame? What is your flame holding? That you just aren't seeing, you're not feeling it. What is their flame holding? What is your flame holding? Allow the flame that they caught, your flame, to raise up and out of the leaf satchel and form a shape, form an image, form a vision that you are needing to see and hold. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, the flame disperses out into the jungle. You say your thank yous to centaur spirits. Now, Centaur Spirit is holding that spiritual flame. It's holding it, and it's there as a reminder that you are always dedicated. That energy is always available to you. Sometimes you don't see what it actually holds around you. So write down what you observed with Centaur Spirit in your spiritual flame. That is all for this week until the 21st of the Yuletide Spirit Guide journey. Thank you so much. Namaste, blessed.